We are continuing on here with Season 5 of our Draft Only franchise on 2K24. Today we've got some important things. We're going through the All-Star break, so let's take a look at the All-Star teams. Here, Jokic, Tatum, Morant, Wemby, and Cade starting for one side with Durant, Fox, Chet, and Jaylen Brown, Brandon Miller, and first-time All-Star Kuminga. Got Giannis, SGA, Booker, Zion, and Darren. And then Sidney Lowry on the bench alongside Doncic, Garland, Wagner, Adebayo, Mobley, and Scoot Henderson makes his first All-Star appearance. In terms of trades that happened this year, I made one manual trade in this year. This one that, for some reason, the second side of it goes away. But the Magic are the number 2 seed in the East right now. And so they've kind of had a mid-season resurgence. I made a trade to make their roster just a little bit more balanced. They had, 4 of their best 8 players were centers, so I just tried to balance that out a little bit there. And get them a couple of guards that can help them hopefully be a playoff threat. Always love a good challenge in the playoffs. And some pretty big names moving here, but we're so deep into the series that Desmond Bane for Domantas Sabonis swap isn't quite as big as maybe it would be earlier on, but still some big names. We saw Dame Lillard and James Harden get swapped this year. Saw Vassell get swapped twice, and there you have it. They got a lot of decently sized trades, but no massive ones this year. And for our game today, we're going to be going against the number 1 seed Indiana Pacers, a potential Eastern Conference Finals preview in this one. As we are the 3 seed and Indiana is the 1. Darren Anthony going to get the night started, drawing a foul on Mullins after a nice spin move from the elbow. Darren Anthony at the line, hits his first shot. We are a couple games back from the Pacers in the standings, and of course a win here could close that gap. Lowry, nice step back, creates all the space he needs to drain that mid-range shot. Halliburton inside, quick to Darren Anthony, but that one is stuffed off the glass. Nice defense from Mullins. Andre Stevens off the catch, rims that one out. Double screen for Oubre. He's guarded by Pope. He's going to get by him, and then there's going to be a foul. Pope's first foul of the game. 3 of Indiana's points coming quickly from the line. Lowry trying to go inside to Mullins. It's going to get stolen. Not a great decision there on the pass. There were a lot of yellow jerseys in the area. Here, Lowry gonna shoot off the double screen, getting us to 8-5 here. Anthony defended by Mullins. He forces the miss. Nice defensive start to the game for Francis. Off kilter there a little bit from Lowry. It's much better when he can square up, of course, as pretty much every player is. Oh, what a pass to Mullins, who gets the jam right on top of Darren Anthony. Inside to Darren Anthony go the Pacers here. Kind of fumbles that one around a bit, but he does get the basket. Screen comes for Pope. He's going to Mullins, and he hits him in stride for the dunk. Pope waiting a screen again. This time it's going to be from Andre Stevens. Well defended by Indiana. We're going to be forced to put up a late shot clock 3, but Andre Stevens drains it. Alley, top of the key off the mark. Andre Stevens trying again, but this time put a little bit too much on it. Lowry defending Halliburton, shuts down that drive. Oubre gets to the basket on Pope, but he was right there with some strong defense. Mismatch in the post. Mullins swings it at Andre the Giant, misses another 3. Burton Halliburton using some change of velocity there to find the wide open mid-range shot. Here Lowry finds one of his own and matches it right back. We are 14 apiece here, halfway through the first quarter. Yeah, Darren Anthony on the board is going to draw another foul. It's Pope's second here of the first quarter. Got to keep an eye on that. We have not yet had anybody foul out. I don't think at all this series. Maybe somebody early on, but definitely not in quite a while if we have. As Powers misses the three on the top of the key. Pope, nice job stripping Halliburton there. But Reese forces him to pick up his dribble, and then we settle for a pretty bad shot there from Francis Mullins, and Halliburton scores on the other end. Pope, that's a good look, but he can't hit it. You definitely see the occasional, lack of the catch and shoot badge from Malachi Pope. That's one I really wish he had. Here we get another miss. We're missing some wide open threes right now from really good shooters. Anthony, tough skyhook. Not going to hit that. In transition, we get another good look at three, and finally we drain it. Malachi gets it in transition. Nembhard, that's a nice feed there. Was probably going to get blocked by Andre Stevens, but finds his man instead. Lowry stepping back, driving and kicking to Andre Stevens for three. This time he hits it. It's been hot and cold from three in the quarter. That was some good defense there to force the miss at the rim. Running in transition. That was just a bad pass by Moody. He had Andre Stevens there, but threw it behind him, and instead it's going to be a transition bucket for the Pacers, who lead by 2. Lowry gets a screen. Dishes it to Andre Stevens. Nice finish through contact from Andrew Nembhard. Gets him a three-point opportunity, and he makes the most of it. 9 first quarter points for Andre the Giant. Turner draws a foul. I feel like the Pacers have done a better job drawing a foul than most teams that we face. They've gotten themselves quite a few attempts here in the first. Lowry inside, a little stop and pop for 2. Nembhard with it, hands off to Halliburton. Little pick and roll works to perfection for Indiana. Tyrese unsurprisingly leading the NBA in assists per game as Lowry missed the jumper. Indiana running it the other way. Ricky Taylor gonna get stuffed by AC Stevens. Could not generate any separation on the fast break. Davidson, not a good shot. And not a good result. Halliburton isolating on Christian Davidson. That's just a tough man to stop one-on-one. Gonna be a half-court heave for Lowry, but it's off the mark. So down by 3 after 1 quarter here. Some pretty good back and forth action between these two teams. Halliburton gets the scoring started here in the second. Some nice moves here from Malachi Pope. Get him wide open for the layup off glass. Halliburton finds a man. It's Miles Turner who missed the shot. Certainly a good look though. Pope gets a screen again. This time he's going to Powers, who rolls all the way to the rim for the two-handed slam. Nembhard pick and roll. We've seen a lot of this from both teams. These are two teams that rely very heavily on that play for their offenses. This time Pope got a good look from the mid-range off the screen, but he can't hit the shot. Halliburton defended by Pope, 0-on-0. This time a really good screen gives Halliburton a good look, but he missed it. Indiana with it here again. Shot clock winding down. Miles Turner forced to put up a shot, and he hit it. Certainly capable of Hitting those with regularity here in the post again. This time it's swatted by Mullins. Ours. Really good look. Assist goes to Pope. More high screen pick and roll for Haliburton. He had just a little bit of space, but it was enough for him to drain the triple. Nice pass by Davidson. Gets Mullins the tying three. Haliburton, everything running through him early here for Indiana. And he's going to get that two and force a Quinn Snyder timeout. Pope finds Mullins, left all alone. And he drains the jumper. Indiana kind of leaving Mullins all alone on these jump shots. We'll take those all day. Mullins not the best shooter on the team by any means, but he's certainly capable of hitting wide open shots with regularity. Moody just off the mark on that shot. Haliburton spinning around and shooting, but he missed it. Beating Mullins on the inside. Hope defense comes. Swings it out to Davidson. Good look, and he drains it right down the barrel. Nashville now takes a 1-point lead. Oubre on the other end gets fouled by Moody. Not the best half here by Moses Moody, but Oubre will miss the free throw. And he'll miss both. Wow. All right. Was not expecting that from Oubre at all. Pope getting aggressive in transition, and he draws the Darren Anthony foul. He'll get 2 free throws of his own. First one falls for the second-year pro. Second one drops as well. Haliburton to the inside, just able to get right by Pope there. Been a tough man to stop here in the half. Malachi, tough mid-ranger, but it falls nonetheless. Haliburton getting a very high screen here. Going to the rim, pulling up from the mid-range. And hitting another shot. He's up to 20 points on the afternoon. And Moody with just a bad pass there. He continues to struggle here in the half. Anthony finds the open man. It rattles out. And Mullins with the rebound. Pope beyond the arc. That one is off the mark, but a pretty solid look. Oubre with it, defended by Moody. He's gonna get a screen. It's to the basket and goes off glass for 2. Indiana back out in front now. Lowry pulls up and splashes in a 2. First possession off the bench, and he gets right back in the scoring column as Haliburton continues to just annihilate this defense. AC Stevens to the rim. A lot of contact there. Darren Anthony going to be called for the foul. If this were a playoff game, I'd obviously make some defensive adjustments to try to stop Haliburton, but I don't want to tip our cap as to how we might want to defend Indiana come playoff time. This is kind of more of a scouting opportunity just to see kind of what they like to do and what we might want to do to counter it come the playoffs, because this Indiana team is clearly very good. There's a good chance that we face them in the postseason. Lowry needs to come up with something here. Shot clock winding down, and he gets the 3 after creating some space with those nice dribble moves. Malachi off glass. Floats it for 2. Off the inbound, Darren Anthony. Little step through shot, and he hits it. All right. Had a man right in his face, but it didn't matter. Step back for Lowry. That one off the mark. I feel like that shot never works. That style of step back, I mean. Davidson. Solid look as the quarter comes to an end. It's off the mark, but Nashville does flip the script. They're down by 3 after 1. Now up by 3 going into half. Taking a look at the halftime stats. Our big four did most of the scoring. No surprise there. And with the exception of Francis Mullins, they're all at or around 50% from the field. Mullins with 7 rebounds. Pope with 8 assists at the half. This is the kind of balanced stat spread that we see in simulation more often. It feels like in our spotlight games, Sidney Lowry has a bigger slice of the pie. Anthony gets the scoring going here to start the third. Lowry off the catch. Solid look, and he's got it for 3. Like to see him heat up and maybe try to take over this game here in the second half. Darren Anthony looks like he's trying to do that himself with a couple of quick buckets, including that tough sky hook. Off the catch, Powers drains it from deep. Really like what he's been able to do as a starter. I feel like he fits very well with these other 4. That 3-pointer, good by Halliburton. It looks like he's going to continue his hot play. Powers, another solid look from 3. This time it's no good, though. Not the most consistent shooter yet, though we hope he can become one over time, as this game is knotted up at 62 apiece. Pope trying to get past Halliburton, but the defense is good. He swings it out to Lowry. Good look, but it's just off the mark. That one hung up there for a minute. Halliburton draws the Mullins foul and has the opportunity to bring Indiana right back in front here. A few minutes here into the third. That's exactly what he does. Andre Stevens lobbing it up top for Lamond Powers. That was a very well placed pass by Stevens. Darren Anthony definitely heating up here in the third. He was in single digits, shot 2 of 7 in the first half, but he's come out swinging here in the third. Oubre wide open off the screen. Drains the triple. Now Lowry, he's defended by Patrick Baldwin. We of course traded Patrick Baldwin for Lamond Powers. Pretty much, and almost a straight up swap. We also sent over a second rounder. Lowry, pick and roll with Powers. He's gonna hit that tough layup. Halliburton dishes to Anthony, who is off the mark on the layup, but he was fouled. This guy's very good at drawing fouls. He's drawn several here in today's action. He also goes 2 for 2 from the line, and Indiana leads by 6. Lowry trying to cut that in half, and that's exactly what he does here. Top of the key. Nembhard, deep 3, and he hit it. Lowry with it. He's defended by Oubre. Trying to isolate on him. Defense was pretty good. Step back mid-ranger off the mark. Lowry going for the steal, defending Darren Anthony. Doesn't get it, so it's going to be an easy basket for the big man. Casey Stevens from the elbow. Tries to go inside to Davidson. Got tipped around for a second. But we get the bucket. In the post again, Darren Anthony. This time doubled. It doesn't matter. This man has turned things on in the third quarter, and we just can't stop him. What a block there from Anthony, just erasing that shot from AC Stevens. And then here he's going to pick up the assist with the Andrew Nembhard deep ball, and it is double digits now for Indiana. We are not doing well here in this third. Lowry thought that was a pretty good look, but the late closeout was there. Davidson picks up 2 the next time down the court. Anthony doubled in the post, finds a wide open man, and it is Grant Williams for 3. Leads a dozen. Lowry, another good look again, but these closeouts by Indiana are affecting his shot. Powers, nice job working through a couple of screens to force the Howdy miss. One of the few times we've actually been able to get Halliburton to miss in this game as Moses Moody gets in for 2. Anthony, once again, just getting doubled in the post and finding the open man off of it seems to be a good strategy here for Indiana. Lowry off the catch. There we go. Back down to 10. They are just running through Anthony in the post right now, and he's just making the right reads every time. He's a really good player. Lowry beyond the arc. He's trying to match and keep up with these Indiana Pacers, but it's tough here. Anthony does throw it away. In transition, he swats Christian Davidson and then forces the miss by AC Stevens. Oh boy. Lowry blows right by Kelly Oubre. Anthony tried to get another block, but Lowry will finish right over the top of him. A beautiful finish from the kid. But both of these guys, they were the first 2 picks of this entire series, and they have both truly become superstars for the best 2 teams in the East. And it's fun to see these guys go head-to-head in this game, both making really, really nice plays. Anthony there got that shot to go. He's become a really, really good post player. And Indiana's going to lead by a dozen. After 3, they were plus 15 in the third quarter. Our defense just went away. You might be wondering if I skipped a lot of Indiana misses in the third. I didn't. They just didn't miss in the third. That's what happened. Pick and roll too easy there for Miles Turner and Nembhard. Lowry. He's surrounded by yellow jerseys. He does find the wide open man, and Davidson finishes off the play. 90-99 here. Halliburton. Finally, Indiana misses, a solid look. That's the first time it feels like they've done it this half. Davidson swings to Lowry, but again, the closeouts by Indiana making a big difference here. Pick and roll. Make that pick and pop. Gonna be a miss there from the Pacers. Malachi stepping back. That kind of step back never works. But Mullins cleans up the glass. It's a 7-point game. Got to chip away slowly here at the lead. Halliburton draws the foul. That's Pope's third. He's done a good job of avoiding fouls since he picked up 2 early ones. Was worried he might get in some foul trouble, but it looks like he's avoided that here in this game. Moody on the wing. Dishes it to Mullins. I kind of liked his shot there a little bit more than the pass, but decided to be unselfish. Oubre. It's the 3. It's right back up to a dozen. Mullins to Pope. That one's a solid look, but Malachi can't get the finish. Again, you can definitely see instances where him being one of the few shooters on the team without catch and shoot definitely is affecting some of his percentages. Mullins spinning and trying to score over the top of Miles Turner, but that's a very good paint defender there. The fact that, when Darren Anthony, this superstar, goes to the bench, that they just replace him with Miles Turner is really what makes this Pacers team the #1 seed in the East. They have really good point guard and center rotation, both starter and backup. And those consequently have kind of been our 2 positions that we've struggled the most to stop. And so this is a really tough matchup for this team. As you're seeing it here, we're down by 15 here in the 4th. Seeing the very evidence of that before your eyes. Oubre here. Gets to the rim off glass. And he's going to get a trip to the free throw line. Now that the Pacers are up 20, we're probably just going to transition to only showing the makes to see if we can make a comeback here. The Pacers have definitely taken a hold of this game. Malachi Pope. It's that 3. Oubre inside. That's a tough finish, but he got it to go. Malachi with it again. Goes up, and after the pump fake, goes off glass for 2. Halliburton gets a pick from Grant Williams. Beyond the arc, he rattles it in. Indiana not letting us back in here at all. We cannot stop this offense, even a little bit, as Andre Stevens with another beautiful alley-oop pass. Got a couple of those today. Halliburton just got Malachi Pope so bad on that pump fake. And he gets an and one, and I think that's going to about do it. We've got 3 minutes left. We're down by 20. We just got embarrassed by the Halliburton drive. I think we've seen enough to know that the Pacers just outplayed us today. 38, 5, and 7 from Lowry. What we've come to expect from him, which is kind of insane, to be honest, that's not like beyond our expectations. Pope did not get a single assist in the second half, which is very surprising. Powers ended up with 14 on 10 shots. That's good from him as well. And then in the next game that you'll see here in just a second, Moses Moody would be injured for 4 to 6 weeks, so he will be replaced by Joffrey James. So here we end the episode with a record of 37 and 22. That officially puts us in second place in the Eastern Conference. Still 2.5 games back from the Pacers, who of course just destroyed us. But we have definitely gotten the season on track here. A couple of the moves that we've made, be it changing the playbook as well as making the trade to give us a 9-man rotation. I think both of those things combined have unlocked what has become the team that I thought we were going to be this year. We'll go over stats again just to kind of see how everybody's doing at this point. Sidney Lowry at 25, 5, and 5. That's his pretty much. He's gone to the point where he was last year, pretty much. I mean, points are up a little bit, rebounds as well, assists slightly down, his efficiency slightly down, but this is kind of who he's been for the last couple of seasons. Stats wise, Francis Mullins, his points are still slightly down, rebounds up a bit, still, not quite as efficient as last year. Whatever we did, it's definitely hurt our efficiency. I don't think anybody's more efficient this year than they were last. Hope's having a very similar season here. Davidson, of course, has gotten a lot more run and has done good with it. He's actually the one guy who has gotten more efficient this year, up to 13.5 points a game. He's really thriving in his role with the team. Shooting 44% from 3 is quite nuts. Andre Stevens here continues to have his numbers dip year by year, but his efficiency also at an all-time low. Lamont Powers, rookie year, 11 points, 3.5, 2.5 here, with just under 2 stocks, shooting 44% and just 32 from 3. But we knew he wasn't a ready-made scorer. He was more of kind of the guy that would be good in a couple of years. Moody here, of course, has been hurt. Still super efficient, 48 from the field and 44 from 3 this year. He's been really efficient for us. James here, he's gotten to play the last few games with Moody out, and he's been off to a really hot start, shooting over 50% from 3 in his 4 games played. So nice to see that. He's getting 20 minutes a game in those 4 games. At least that's what I've assigned him as. What is he actually getting? Where is minutes per game? Oh, it's at the very start. I forgot. Yeah, 20.5. That's what he's getting. And then AC Stevens, Ernest Augustine don't do much in the way of scoring. Augustine's shooting under 40% this year. Really brutal there, you got to admit. But he's pretty much like everybody. Everybody's efficiency's gone down except for Davidson. He's the only one who's actually shooting better this year than he was last. So despite that, we're a better team. We were the 4 seed last year. Despite everybody not shooting quite as well, we are still the 2 seed. So just imagine if we can get our shooting back to what it was last year, we could be even better now. I did lower the shooting sliders, but that should all be only for spotlight games. We also played a lot more spotlight games last year, and we always shoot better in them just as a nature of those games. So that could be playing a factor into the decreased efficiency as well. I've only watched 1 game off camera this entire season, just because we've been blowing through it so fast. And last year, of course, we played a lot of the regular season, and I watched a lot of games off camera. So I think that's probably a big reason why the efficiency's down across the board as well. So not super worried about it, despite the fact that most everybody's down, just because, like I said, and at the end of the day, we're winning. We were shooting poorly and we were losing because of it. Yeah, that starts to raise some concerns, but that's not happening. I will be previewing the top of this upcoming draft class in the next episode. There's one player in particular that's very, very good, and a couple others that are exciting as well. So apart from finishing up the regular season, we will be giving ourselves a look at the draft class. So hope you are excited about that. That episode, it'll be coming out soon, and until then, sound up.